Hey, so what is up? Now there is another side of the moon trying to play hide and seek. It just drizzled a bit, and yeah, weather is nice. But a beautiful, just a beautiful weather, no doubt. So I just thought I'd share how it all began and why I actually bought a Himalayan. Now, on that, this is clearly not the fastest bike that I own. This is not the slowest bike that I own. And this is certainly, this is just like a dream that I own. Why I say that is, I think some of you might have seen my series on Spiti. And that was in the offing for a long time. I just was looking to buy a bike that can get me there. Of course, you can do off-roading on any bike. I have done that. I have done a lot of trips on a lot of other bikes that I own or have owned. But there was something missing. And this bike just bridged that gap. Why did I feel that this bike would bridge that gap? That is a long story, to be honest. But the first time that I took the test ride of this bike was in 2016 when the BS3 model was launched. Now, of course, we all know that bike had some issues. And that was a carbureted version, and also then eventually, after a lot of court cases and all, Himalayan stopped production. It was sent back to the assembly line, and redesigning and R&D, things were reworked on. A lot of new changes were made, along with making it BS4 and strengthening the chassis and adding the fuel injection. And at that point, I was like, yes, now it is starting to make sense. Even though the test ride that I took in 2016 was not short or not long, but as soon as I sat on the bike, I just realized, man, this is gonna be quite a hoot. This is gonna be quite a hoot. And since then, this was just the dream in the making, and I knew I would be buying this bike. I almost ended up booking the bike back in 2016 itself, but well, as they say, no harm, no foul. Did not book it because of the financial issues. Waited long enough for BS4 to be launched, and yeah, then when the timing was right, and when I knew that yes, now I have to make it to. Now this is the year, that was last year, 2019. That this is the year that I'm gonna go to Spiti. I'm not gonna lie, I was considering of other options. Well, you may or may not know of these bikes, but earlier what I was using was, let me be honest, that was, I have other bikes, so I could pretty much just take any bike out, just tour on it. But dedicatedly what I was using for touring and all the off-roading and all the Leh trips, Mana, in Uttarakhand that is, and whatnot, I was just using my Pulsar 180. And well, that was the thing. I took my Pulsar 180 on, I think I'll add some pictures of that. But yeah, I took that on a ride to Chitkul, which is kind of on the way, not exactly on the way, but if you would have seen the series, you would know. And on my return, I saw, and I had no complaints with that bike. That is 2003 model Pulsar. As I said, I'll share some photos. And that did the job pretty well. But being 180cc, powerful enough, lightweight enough, so power to weight ratio was kind of okay. I have done some rejetting in the carb. Yeah, 180 is carbureted. So that took care of power to weight, and it was again, that is quite a machine. But in Delhi NCR, NGT, that is the National Green Tribunal, they decided to just make all the bikes which are 15 years and above uh, ineligible to be plying on roads. So it's illegal to even ride those. And last year was kind of like, I mean, it was a stretch. But yeah, after that, I was having hard time getting it insured. And then I was like, well, I have to look for another option. Now, considering the good time that I had had on the 180 touring and all, I thought, why not go for another 180? But as luck would have it, that was the exact time when they decided to get rid of that smaller fairing and added the 220s fairing, that bigger one, thus adding the weight and, well, you know. And again, the clip-on handlebars, so you cannot make, I mean, you can, I mean, but a lot of work would have been required. So, while I digress, but while on the trip, while coming back from the Chitkul trip, I met a group of about 25, 30 odd Himalayan riders, and I was not trying to race them, but I kind of realized that I like the, you know, road in front of me, like right now. I like the road in front of me to be, you know, just like this. No traffic ahead so that I can ride at my own pace. So I tried to overtake those Himalayans. Now, for whatever reasons, they were good riders. Most of them were foreigners. Some were from South India. As the bikes I can see were registered there. Some were registered in New Delhi. So I think, I mean, I don't know how they planned it, but yeah, it was a big group. And overtaking those 25, 30 odd Himalayans was quite a bit of a task. And at some occasions, they were quite fast. And I was like, well, this is doing the job pretty well. So my original dream of owning the Himalayan, it can do these kind of terrains, and the roads were not that good. And they were just kind of flying. Yeah, I was trying to keep up with them, technically trying to overtake them, but you get the point. So that impressed me, and I was like, yeah. So getting back home, I realized that, okay, this is not working. 180 cannot be, I mean, insured, and again, illegal. I would be just hiding from cops, just taking the odd roads. So I decided, well, I want to do Spiti. I have to do Spiti this year. That was last year in September. And I said, yes, this is the time to take the plunge. And it was as simple as that. I decided that, yes, if not now, when else? And I bought this. And since then, yeah, not, I mean, there have been some minor niggles, to be very honest. Nothing major. I was aware of most of the issues as I was following the forums quite rigorously, diligently, just being active on every Himalayan forum that existed, just knowing whatever problems were being faced by the owners. So I thought, yeah, these are minor niggles. I mean, you never get, I mean, I don't know. I just am not looking for a bike out of the factory that will not have any problems. I have owned those kind of bikes, but, well, you get involved with the bike, and that's quite a fun as well. So that was the idea. And then one thing led to another, and it was the time to just go and get the bike done. Now, on the buying decision, I honestly wanted to just get the bike as soon as possible, because I bought this bike in July, and I knew, in June actually, yeah. But I just wanted to get the bike as soon as possible so that I can accumulate as much kilometers or miles on it, so that the bike and the engine is properly running, and I have sorted whatever problems that I can get. And that is what I requested the showroom people. And they obliged. They initially they stated that they are going to get the bike in, say, like about 7 to 10 days. Then I got a call once I had paid them the booking amount. After I reached home, they gave me a call and said, well, we can get the bike in 2-3 days. Will you be able to make the payment? And I said, well, I'll be able to make the payment today if you can get the bike today. And they said, yeah, okay, we get it. So you are eager. Yeah, of course I was. And then about an hour later, The guy called me back and they said that the bike is on the way. You can come and pick it up in about 2 hours. And I was like, wow, that was quick. So that is how all of this panned out. And it has been a happy journey so far. Again, not pointing out on the niggles. I think every bike, I mean, bikes do get problems. It's nothing major. Nothing major has struck me on this bike. Engine is smooth enough. No problems with the engine and everything else can be sorted. That is my idea. Engine should not go kaput. So as far as the engine goes, absolutely no complaints. But yeah, that was the story. Short story. A boring or I don't know. But yeah, that was the story of how I got about buying this bike and how quickly it all happened. Just in a matter of 4 or 5 hours, I had the bike with me. And it has been a pleasure journey since then. And that is why I say, not the slowest, not the fastest, but yeah, this is the realization of a dream. And since then, there has been no stopping. I have been doing all sorts of off-roading comfortably. I mean, I could do it on KTM RC or R15 or Pulsar. I mean, I have other bikes. So yeah, on all of them. But this has taken it to another level. And this gives me that level of confidence that yes, I can do it. Come what may. And I did quite a few rides, off-roading rides before I ventured out on that Spiti trip. And the bike surprised me every single time. It just surprised me. The weight was not a problem. People say underpowered. Well, I have honestly not actually felt that. For the weight and the power and the torque, you just need to maybe change your riding style and everything is there. I mean, this bike can do long distances with comfort. What else would you need? I mean, just look at this right now. Amazingly pleasant weather. You're just doing the night ride on, well, pretty much an open stretch of road. And yeah, this is pleasant. So that was it. I just felt like sharing that on this beautiful night. The moon is supposed to be somewhere. I don't know. Maybe hiding behind the clouds. But yeah, that was it. Let's take a U-turn. Maybe we'll get to see the moon. No, not there still. Anyways, yeah. So that was it. That was it for today. I'll be posting some more DIYs. Some things are coming up. And then maybe we'll catch up on another long ride. Take care. Kudos. Bye.